Welcome to the VoiceMe Podcast, information and advice on the world of voiceover presented by voiceme.co.za, the South African search directory for voice artists and related services. I'm Andrew Sutherland, founder of VoiceMe, and in this episode, I'm talking about the life cycle of a VO project. When it comes to media and advertising, or any kind of work that requires VO, there are many steps a project goes through to completion. Today, I'll be going over the life cycle of a VO project and explaining all the steps that you may or may not be aware of that goes into getting this done and the many role players involved in the production that you might meet along the way. Understanding where each of them fit into the bigger picture will help you know what is expected from you as a voice artist and where you fit into the process so you can provide the best service to them all. Let's define some of the roles involved in a typical VO project, as any one of them could be the person who books you for a job. Firstly, the client. The client is an entity or person who requires a voiceover recording to be made. They are responsible for defining the purpose, tone, and target audience of the recording, as well as providing the budget and timeline for the project. The client might work directly with a voice artist or may hire an advertising agency or production company to manage the project on their behalf. Then, advertising agency. An ad agency is a company that specializes in creating marketing and advertising campaigns for clients. In the context of a voiceover recording, an ad agency may be hired by the client to manage the project, including selecting the voice talent and overseeing the recording and post-production process. A production company. A production company is a company that specializes in producing audio or video content. In the context of VO, a production company may be hired by the client or the advertising agency to manage the recording and post-production process, including selecting the recording studio, hiring the voice artist, and overseeing the recording and editing process. Director. A director is responsible for overseeing the voice artist during the recording process, ensuring that they deliver the script in the desired manner, and providing feedback and guidance as needed to ensure that the brief provided by the client, advertising agency, or production company is met. Producer. The producer is responsible for managing the overall voiceover recording project, including coordinating the activities of the production company, voice artist, and director, and ensuring that the project is delivered on time and within budget. They are typically involved in the video, filming, and editing side of the project too. Project manager. A project manager is responsible for overseeing the entire project, from script writing, filming, video editing, audio recording, and coordinating the activities of all the individuals and teams involved, ensuring that the project is completed on time and within budget, and communicating progress updates to the client or other stakeholders. Casting director. A casting director is responsible for selecting the right voice or on-camera talent for the project, based on their vocal qualities, acting ability, and suitability for the target audience and the tone of the recording. In some cases, the casting director may be the director, producer, or even the sound engineer, depending on who the client has briefed the casting process to. Scriptwriter. The scriptwriter is responsible for writing the script for the voiceover recording, working closely with the client to ensure that the script meets their needs and effectively communicates their message to their target audience. They may work directly for the client or be hired by the ad agency or production company. Translator. If the VO recording is being made in a language other than the client's native language, a translator may be required to translate the script into the appropriate language or to provide subtitles or captions for the final video. Language supervisor. A language supervisor is a professional who is responsible for ensuring that the language used in a voiceover recording is accurate, appropriate, and culturally sensitive. Their role is particularly important when the recording is being made in a language that is not the native language of the client. The language supervisor may be involved in a number of aspects of the recording process, including script writing, translation, casting, and directing. They typically work closely with the producer so that all variations of the recording in every language are accurate, and if adjustments need to be made in the recording session, they can be done without any hassle. Recording studio. A recording studio is a facility equipped with specialized equipment and software for recording and editing audio. In the context of video recording, a recording studio may be selected by the production company or ad agency to record the voice talent. Sound engineer. A sound engineer is responsible for ensuring that the audio is recorded and edited to a high standard, and may work in the recording studio or post-production facility. They are responsible for adjusting the levels and balance of multiple audio tracks, editing other dialogue, voiceover, and music to create a final mix that sounds polished and professional. Talent agent. A talent agent is a professional or company who represents voice artists, actors, models, and other performers. Their role is to promote their artists' careers by finding them work and negotiating contracts on their behalf. In the context of the VO industry, a talent agent is responsible for representing voice artists and connecting them with potential clients who are looking for their services. Voice artist. The voice artist provides the voiceover for the final recording. They are responsible for delivering the script in a clear and engaging manner and may also be required to make revisions or re-record portions of the script as directed by the producer, director, or in some cases, a language supervisor. Legal counsel. In some cases, legal counsel may be involved in the voiceover recording process, particularly if there are intellectual property or contractual issues that need to be addressed. They may be responsible for drafting or reviewing contracts, advising on copyright or trademark issues, or resolving disputes between parties involved in the project. For the most part, legal counsel is involved to make sure that what has been written is accurate and true, and that the final project that the general public sees doesn't land the client in any situation where things require further legal action to resolve. So it may be obvious to some of you listening, but where do all these roles and companies fit into the life cycle of a VO recording? Let's go over the steps. Step 1. Pre-production. The first step is for the client to define the purpose, target audience, tone, and delivery of the voiceover they want to create. This is important because it will influence the script writing process and the choice of voice artist. The client should also establish a budget and timeline for the project. They then send this brief to an advertising agency or production company, who are then responsible for creating the recording or video within those timelines. The agency or production company typically will have a project manager, scriptwriter, producer, and director working for the company assigned to the project. Step 2. Script writing and translation. The client sometimes writes the script themselves, but in most cases, the ad agency or production company hires a professional scriptwriter to do it for them. The script should be concise, engaging, and tailored to the target audience. The client would then review the script and provide feedback until they are satisfied with the final version. At this stage, the script may also be sent to legal counsel to make sure that everything written is accurate and true, as well as to a translator if the project is being recorded in other languages. Special care must be taken in the case of advertising scripts to make sure that it fits within the desired duration of the ad. This is especially important when things are being translated to other languages that read a little longer than the native language of the client. Step 3. Casting. At this stage, a casting director is brought in to search for or send out a casting call to voice agents in order to find the perfect voice for the project. This is the stage for which VoiceMe was designed to streamline the process. Our search engine provides best match results to voice seekers so they can easily find the voice they need, request quotes and auditions, and get in touch with artists and agents. Casting may involve simply finding demos of artists or requesting artists to record a short piece of the script in order to audition for the project. Part of this step often involves negotiations on rates with talent agents and artists so that before anything goes any further, everyone involved knows what they're paying and being paid. Once approved by the director, producer, or client, the voice artist is booked for the job. This could be at a recording studio of the ad agency or production company's choice, or maybe at the artist's own studio. More high-end projects would typically book a professional studio to record the voiceover. But if budget doesn't allow for this, the artist may be asked to record from their own studio. Step 4. The recording session. The director and producer will provide the voice artist with a recording brief that includes details such as the tone, pacing, pronunciation guides, and delivery style required for the voiceover. They should also specify any technical requirements such as file format if the recording is being done from home. Within this session, you may come across a lot of people. The director, scriptwriter, producer, project manager, sound engineer, language supervisor, and of course, the client themselves. As an artist, you may also be required to perform to a video reference supplied in the session. Often in this case, at some point in the production phase, the client or producers may have recorded a guide voice so that their video editors would have had something to work with in terms of timing. Once everyone is satisfied with the recording, the project moves into the final step. Step 5, post-production. This is everything that happens after the recording is complete. Video editors and animators may be working with the producer on finalizing the video elements of the final project, adding graphics, animations, and color grading the picture. Once this is complete, it's supplied to the sound engineer again for final mix. The VO is cleaned up, processed, EQ'd, etc., and music and sound effects are added. That final mix is then sent back to the production company to be combined with the final video. Throughout this step, the project manager will be coordinating every team involved and giving feedback on progress to the client. Once complete, the final project is delivered to the client. Overall, the process of getting a voiceover recorded involves clear communication, careful planning, and attention to detail. By following these steps, everyone can work together to create a high-quality production that effectively communicates the client's message to their target audience. We as VoiceMe have designed the platform to assist in the casting process. Our VoiceMe Projects tool allows clients, producers, or directors to streamline the casting and booking process and keep track of all the details and contact info for artists, agents, and studios involved in each project. And that's all for this week's episode. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and my support team at support@voiceme.co.za. Leave a comment here or give me a call on 0861 VoiceMe. That's 0861 864 2363 if you're in South Africa. And to sign up for a VoiceMe profile, register from the homepage at voiceme.co.za. I strongly believe a constructive social environment for our users, whether they be artists, clients, producers, or talent agents, is highly beneficial for our industry. Like, follow, and engage with VoiceMe and each other on @VoiceMeSA on all social networks. If you like this episode, please like, share, subscribe, turn on automatic downloads, or click the bell icon to get notified so you don't miss our next one. I'm Andrew Sutherland, and that's it from me here at VoiceMe for this week. Cheers for now.